to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you so much for your well wishes over the last couple of days as I've been ill. You guys are amazing, so thank you so much for checking in on me. If you're finding yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you as well to this space. Please join us. We have amazing subscribers here. We have an amazing supportive community. I do pick a card readings on this channel, so if you like tarot, if you like oracle, then please join us. Pull up a chair, grab yourselves a snack, and get cozy because we are all friends when we gather at this table, and we're going to have a little bit of a chat today. Today's pick a card reading, we are asking the question, what are they dying to say to you right this moment? So right now today, what are they dying to say to you? We have 3 piles for you to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with this black skull, and it has the red carnelian palm. We have pile number 2 with the white skull and the blue aragonite. And we have pile number 3 with the bluish skull and the hematite. I think it's called the hematite. Whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit, and my timestamps are below always. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1 today. Again, we're looking at the question, what are they dying to say to you right now? The person on your mind. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the red carnelian palm, or perhaps to the black skull here, and this is your reading. These cards come from the Sante Morte Oracle, and this particular card really speaks about analyzing yourself and your relationship to other people and wanting to evolve and change. So this person's having a really hard time closing off the cycle. There's a lot of closure issues here. So they may have a lot to say. You can even say in this card, it's like blackness coming in and gripping at their mouth. It's like the darkness seems to be enveloping them. So they could be in a very low place in their life potentially as well. So let's take a look here at this energy. Actually, we'll start with the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot today. So what are they dying to say to pile number 1 right this moment? What do they want to say to you right this moment? They are telling you at this moment that they feel like their hope is waning. And there is very strong Aquarius energy. Even the star card here, I'm sorry, the Aquarius energy number 17 is here. The Aquarius is number 17 in the major arcana. So there's this sense of not wanting to go kind of gently into a negative energy. It's like, I don't want to go calmly into this good night. I don't want to admit failure. I don't want to lose hope, but a lot of their hope is starting to envelop them as much as they're struggling back behind it. What are they dying to say? Oh, they really just want to make sure that you understand how they see you and how they view the situation, how they view you. You are the Empress, you are the Emperor. It doesn't matter about gender, it's all about energy. But it's your every good thing about the divine feminine or the divine masculine. You are every good thing. You're the best thing since sliced bread with this Empress energy. But you also feel like you're unattainable, like you're out of their league in some sort of way. Like they can't get to you, like they're wishing upon something that is impossible. And all they want is to reconnect with you. So if this isn't no contact, they desperately want reconnection, but they feel like they're lacking something, or the reconnection would lack something. They don't feel like they have enough to offer. And they want to tell you that they feel like you are way, way out of their league. And that they feel like they have to heal. They are really struggling, trying to release this connection. And if you look here at the 4 of Swords, if you look in the corner, you can see those 4 tea lights and only 1 is lit up because the rest have been blown out, perhaps in frustration over time, whatever the case may be. But as much as they are trying to heal, because that's what the 4 of Swords is talking about, it's about a closure. It's about retreating so we can gather ourselves. We can find the lessons in the loss. We can continue moving forward, even if it's a bittersweet energy of momentum. But in this case, they're like, I just can't get that light to blow out. It's like one of those trick birthday cake candles that just won't go out no matter what they do. And they are acknowledging that it would probably be better if they could heal. but they feel like every new emotional beginning that they start lacks something because it lacks you. And that's where they're starting to kind of get enveloped. It's like, is it possible for me to be happy without your influence in my life? And you are what they wish for. That's what they keep saying. You're what I wish for. We have here the Justice. Back of the deck is the Devil. And we have the World. They feel very much physically drawn to you, but there's also a codependency here that they are recognizing is not good for them. They're recognizing that it's not good for them, and that's what they want to say. They're like, this is starting to become a problem for me. I'm starting to become a little bit obsessed over this idea that we are meant to be together. But I feel like there's, for someone watching, I feel like there's a wait period where they're like waiting for cycle to close off so that they can enter in, but they don't know if that will ever happen. This world, in a perfect world, it would be the two of you, and that's really what they want to say. They're like, in a perfect world, it is you and it is me, but this gets in the way. This gets in the way. There's so many major themes. There's so many things in life that get in the way of us being together. And I don't know how to navigate around that obstacle. They don't know how to make solutions happen. So this white skull, this grayish white skull that is trying to pierce through the darkness, trying to stay above water, so to speak, even in here with the ace, or I'm sorry, with the star, trying to stay above water, they don't know how to, they're tired. There's an exhaustion coming in. But they also don't know how to detach. They don't know how to tame the fires between the two of you. What are they dying to say, please? And they wonder if it's taking too long, too. 3 of Cups. The thing that they're focused on the most about when it comes to you, Pile 1, is this reunion with you. They're also saying that they feel like they lost their best friend. And they want to get back what they had. They want to get back this time and place, this feeling that they had when they were with you in the past, too. And they just said it's not over. I just saw the Ace of Wands. They're like, it's not over for me. I don't know if it's over for you, but it's not over for me. And there's the 4 of Swords. They do also want to say that for someone watching, they have to keep their feelings about you to themselves. They have to suppress it. For someone watching, they are saying that they are aware of your dynamic and your situation, and you may actually be in another relationship, so they don't want to create havoc. So that's adding to their hopelessness, because they are waiting for the divine feminine to close out some sort of cycle so that they can allow, so it can allow transitions here. They also want to say to you that they don't feel like they can get closure without speaking with you, without expressing some of this. They're like, in the very least, before I get sucked under, I want to express something to you. The issue comes in is that it's also fueled by all this fire. So that can sometimes create even more drama than what we were looking for as far as closure. When they are in their worst moments, they feel like it's a hopeless situation. And we have the Devil. I can't deny to say this for someone watching, there could be other attachments here, so take that as it resonates to your situation. Because they're claiming to be attached to their environment, but also very much attached to this dynamic and unable to move forward. So it's like being on the end of a double-edged razor, or between a rock and a hard place, because they get so jealous. And they want to say that too, like, I can't stand the thought of you with somebody else. It drives me absolutely crazy. Even if you're physically married to another person, they don't care. That drives them crazy to think of you with somebody else. It's really painful for them. And you inspire this person to be reckless in their own environment too. And they're dying to tell you that. They're like, I have to resist my urge. I have to surrender to how I feel because otherwise I would be impulsive in a very dangerous way for my environment or your environment. And so they're just wondering if it's taking too long or if their expectations will never be matched here. What are they dying to say to pile one right this moment, please? You have Cauldron. They want to say as well that they are still cooking up plans, even if it's just emotionally or fantastically. It's not over for them. They're still cooking up plans, and they wonder about what could have been with the steps that they had taken. They want to bring forward some regret about certain steps they didn't take towards you, especially if this was a friendship in the past. They're really sorry that they weren't braver. And they want to tell you that that was not because of their lack of interest or their lack of feeling for you, that it really had everything to do with their own insecurity and their own lack of confidence. And now they feel very isolated and very kind of lonely in their experience. No matter what environment they're in, they feel kind of isolated and lonely there. You have Success. And we have here Heart, Love, and Deep Affection, and Someone Behaving Stupidly. They want you to know that they dream about the life you could have had, and they feel so stupid. It's Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. I was so stupid for not acting towards you the way that I should have, because the truth is that what they really want to say is that they deeply, deeply love you, and that hasn't never stopped, that they still care, and that you were one of the best things, the stroke of luck in their life. You were one of the best things that happened to them, and they wouldn't change meeting you. That's the other thing. They wouldn't change meeting you or experiencing this connection, because it's had a huge influence on them. They would love to see movement here. Evolution, earth changes, climate changes, and transformation. But they are acknowledging that now isn't the time. And they acknowledge too that it's sad, it's a bittersweetness, because they want emotional cleansing, they want healing, a jewel within the teardrop, and transformation with the amethyst. They also want you to know that they understand with certainty now exactly who you are and how much they care about you. And liberation, breaking free from a negative attachment. But they're also recognizing that they have to make some sort of discernible decision eventually about this connection, whether to detach from this connection because it is painful. And the devil comes up when something is tempting us that's no longer good for us, or that isn't good for us, but makes us feel good. And so there's this revelation of like, I need healing, I need liberation, I need to break free from a physical negative attachment or break free from this obsession over you. What are they dying to say to pile one right this moment, please? There's no going back now. But I do want to run away together. And they do feel very impulsive towards you, but the consequences could be too great. I want to see you so badly, because you have made me so happy in the past. I just saw miss you. What are they dying to say? I'm ready for a fresh start. It says this feels impossible, but I just can't seem to let go. And that's their issue, is that they don't know how to release. They don't know how to let go of hope, but they feel like they're drowning. I keep waiting for your call. I loved you then, I loved you still, I always have, I always will. Back of the deck says, you have probably moved on. And so for some of you, they're aware of your situation. For others, they're extrapolating their assumptions. They're like, they probably moved on without me. What are they dying to say to pile number one, please? You were the best thing in my life. I really wish that things could be different between us. but just being near you is intoxicating. I feel like they feel addicted to you. It feels very obsessive. Their thoughts towards you, their focus on you. If I left you before you could leave me. So they want to apologize for not taking risks because they reject before they get rejected. I am becoming a better person. And back of the deck says that I know that I crossed the line with you. And especially if they feel like they've crossed the line, especially if they're in another connection, because they still feel that obsessive energy, even though there could be other attachments and responsibilities here. That's definitely not for everyone, but that will resonate with one person. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. What does your person wish that they could say? What are they dying to say right this moment in the bowl? That they feel so connected to you. And they wish that they'd explored it, like they felt this spark and they tamed it. They tamed their desires instead of taming their fears. And the thing is that it takes probably more effort to tame our desires than it does to tame our fears, but they're kicking themselves now because they wish that they had explored it. They wish that they had still the strength to explore it now because nothing has changed for them. We have here why. We have the infant Jesus of Prague. I think of little children and youth. We have the ice pick. I think of the Queen of Swords and picking away at a cool exterior. We have the moon with the, I always see peacock feathers there. And so I think about peacocks and I think about the ego. I think about somebody who's afraid to share their feelings. We have the strength ruin, powerfully overcoming forces against you. We have an airplane and the forget-me-not. We also have here a Jesus on the cross, and I have the turtle on his back. I think about the Knight of Pentacles, and so lack of movement completely, not even slow movement, but lack of movement. And I think of somebody who feels like they are sacrificing themselves for the good of other people in their present energy, and they have a bit of a victim mentality surrounding that. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. And if it did, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and become a part of our beautiful soul family here. Please hit your notification bell button so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. And I want to congratulate this month's winner, and I will be posting another winner very soon, so be sure to drop your comment. I also offer opportunities on Instagram to win a free mini read, so be sure to check that out. And I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope that you will come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the blue aragonite, or perhaps to this white skull here, the number 8 of the Santa Morte Oracle deck, and this is your reading. What does the person on your mind, what are they dying to say to you right this moment? So today, what are they dying to say to you? This card is all about illumination and determination to enlighten and to put an effort. There's a determination from your person that they want to bring forward first about their intent, about perhaps a reunion of sorts perhaps, but they want to enlighten, they want to illuminate how they feel, but they also are very intent to create change. So let's see. What are they dying to say to pile number 2 today, please? What are they dying to say right now to pile number 2? The 6 of Pentacles. They are apologizing first for keeping you in the dark. They're claiming that they've kept you in the dark, so I don't know if there's like it's difficult to reach them or there's no contact here completely. And they say that there were times when they may have given you the impression that they didn't care. And appearances are deceiving because they say that they care very much, but they understand that they've given this impression of imbalance. The Death card. The Page of Swords. And the Chariot. They're very determined for more. They're very determined for movement. We have the 2 of Swords and the Judgment. They're also indicating that they're sorry that they didn't see what was sitting right in front of them the whole time. There's a feeling of frustration with themselves because they didn't see a very valuable opportunity with you, or it was really imbalanced in their opportunity in the past, and they're really upset at themselves for that. They've had this enlightenment, this epiphany, and they want a do-over. That's what they're saying. It's like, I wish that I had this do-over, so I don't have to feel like this anymore. So I don't have to feel frustrated at myself. Because it's like they're letting, it's that now they feel like they've lost a piece of themselves, and they have come to this conclusion. It was like an epiphany for them. After the fact, it's like, I didn't realize what I had with you or what the possibilities were until I saw you floating away from me. And the Six of Cups. I feel like for someone, this could have been a friendship, a very deep one. A very flirtatious friendship as well. And they thought it was just supposed to stay there at the time. But they literally just said, I just shot myself in the foot. That's all I did, was I cut myself off at the ankles. And I put myself in this prison. That's like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to have this epiphany hit me. But I want more. I don't want it to stay like this. That's what it feels like. I don't want it to stay like this. Yeah, they're determined for movement. Like, now that I've had this epiphany, I'm not foolish enough not to act upon the epiphany. There's a bit of an ego on this person, though, I will say. There's a little bit of an ego on them, too, because they're very efficient with how they have realized their folly. And then now they're like, okay, now I need to act on it. They want you to know that they are trying to keep tabs on you. They could be watching your social media. And for some time, too. And they feel like that you want this closure, too. They feel like you must need it. That's the other energy coming in, is that you must need this closure. I will be honest with you, it's the ego holding on to that ideology right this moment, because Spirit says you don't need the closure. You may want it, the closure from this person, but you don't necessarily need it for happiness necessarily moving forward. But the reason why they're so impulsive about movement is they want you to know that they can't move on because of this lesson. This has been a hard lesson for them. They can't move on. And here's the Nine of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Emperor and the Three of Cups. And you know, the Three of Cups is all about friendship, all about reunions. And they are really saying, I miss my friend. I miss my friend, but I realize that your love must have gone deeper. And they feel like they feel you. Like there's some sort of intuitive communication that they feel you, and they feel like you are in the same boat, that you can't move on. And that's what they want to rebirth. There's the death, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And so now there's this feeling of like, how would you receive me? Do you feel the same way? But they're almost convincing themselves in a very, even if it's fake confidence, they're trying to convince themselves that this is mutual and that you feel the same way as I do. And you want change, but maybe your position is getting in the way. And they're watching you, so they feel like they're aware of your position. But they also feel like you must not feel satisfied there. You must feel like I do, that you must feel like you're being pulled in different directions. And so this person just wants you to know that they are very, very keen on reunions with you. And if they got a second chance, they are saying that they wouldn't waste that chance. And there's the Queen of Swords. You could be a Libra, Aries, or not Aries, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. We have very strong Cancer energy as well. Taurus energy. Pisces. Cancer. We have so much going on. What are they dying to say? Please, the pile 2. We have here the Justice. They're dying to tell you the truth. the truth that they've come to realize. They're dying to tell you the truth, but they're afraid of the cause and effect. They don't want to create havoc for you, but they're also a little bit concerned about, as much as their confidence is telling them that you feel the same way, deep down that insecurity is eating away at them of like, well, maybe I'll be just kind of rejected. And there is a sense of them feeling like if you feel the same way, you must be intent on change too, and you must want to reach out to me. So they're almost waiting for that. There's almost this expectation that you're going to be meeting them halfway here. We have here the moon. They also want to tell you that they dream about you often. And it was through these dreams that their intuition has been heightened about you and where their guides have really been working on them. But also within this moon energy is their insecurities. Their insecurity. We have the tree of life on the back of the deck in the reversal. For someone watching, not for everyone, there could be a foundation in place here, which is speaking about this Nine of Pentacles and being pulled in different directions in the future. But there's a determination with this person to enlighten. There's almost this admission for someone watching saying, even if we just have one more conversation, then that'll be satisfying for me, but it actually won't be that satisfying for them. What are they dying to say to pile 2, please? They also want to speak about physically how beautiful you are, how well together you put yourself, how you work on yourself. There's a growth energy here from innocence into something more mature, and because they are claiming to watch you, they've seen that growth and they like what they see. You have here funnel. They want you to know that they're feeling frustrated. But they understand that there are lessons to be learned here, and that the lesson has come full circle, and they're accepting their part of it, but they're frustrated with themselves. We have purse. Pay attention to your finances. And we have bow. You are very, very highly thought of. We also have here broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. And they just see so much broken potential in the future. Like from the past of this connection, they feel like the two of you could have grown together, could have built together. They just want you to know how much they still care, that it's not over for them. They still have these feelings for you. But the purse, the finances, is about the practical realm and about our positions that we spend time gaining or applying force to. We have marriage. And we have broken wishbone, wishes that will not be granted. And it's because of the position that somebody holds. Somebody in this connection could be married. Again, that's not for everyone, so just take it as it resonates to your situation. But there's a position problem that halts this chariot and gets in the way. And they're claiming it's not my fear, it's not my strength that's stopping me. It's a position problem for either me or for you. And that's what's getting in the way here. We have here bridge, successfully overcoming a problem, but they're so determined, they want you to know that they don't care, that there's going to be progress. Their expectations, their ego's way up here. They're like, I won't even entertain the possibility of any other outcome other than some sort of progress here. Because there's a sense of like, there's almost a sense of your past life relationship, of destiny. Past life relationship, you've known each other before. We have here new love. A new person has stirred your romantic interest. And back of the deck says deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. The new love is in connection to someone watching who has stepped into a new dynamic or new relationships, which complicates things as well. What are they dying to say to pile number 2, please? That they want you, the Ace of Wands, that the spark is still lit, that there was always a spark there, and I finally see things clearly. They felt the spark in the past, but they didn't apply any action towards it to fuel it, and now they finally see things clearly, and you are what they see. It's like you are what they wish upon. You make me want to do bad things. It's the 15, the devil in reverse. And that really responds to somebody who feels like they're attached to a negative environment, or they need to detach from that environment in order to pursue what they want, which is something very physical with you, because that is what is part of what is inspiring them for action. We have love is the answer. They're dying to tell you. I lie awake thinking about our future. The back of the deck says, oh, I'm losing it here. I'm too afraid to talk, but I want you. Too afraid to express themselves to you, but they definitely want this connection. What are they dying to say? Oop. I watch your social media. They are keeping tabs on you, pile 2. The breakup was bad. I'm still healing. The revelation, it feels like, for this person was bad and they're still healing from it. Please reach out to me. And they mentioned that twice going through your reading about, I wish that you would take this off of my shoulders and you make movement, since your position could be the one, causing the delays or causing the obstacles. I have so much to tell you. The fact is that you don't even know what you do to me. And the back of the deck says, I look for you wherever I go. So you're always, always on their mind, pile 2. Let's get a charm bowl. Whoops, almost grabbed my singing bowl. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. What does their person wish that they could say? What are they dying to say right this second to pile 2 right this moment? 9 of Swords. Hanged Man. They're a little bit in a victim mentality right this moment. To be honest with you, I feel like there's almost a depression or a anxiety issue coming in that's stealing some of their focus. They're confident when it comes to movement for you, but underneath that confidence is a victim mentality, is a lack mindset, and a fear of being a bit of a traitor to in your environment or their environment. They're stressed out about that, but they are desperate. They really feel desperate to bring enlightenment and their epiphanies and their truth forward. It's like they feel like they have to if they can transition or if they want to transition. But I feel like they'd also be really keen on starting it up. Like, I don't think that it's just closure they're looking for. We have I think of the Hierophant, I think of marriages, we have from, we have a button for mending. We also have here a penny from 1980. So I think about opportunity, I think about communication. We have the letter C. We also have here a cactus, which with 2 hearts on it or 2 little flowers. I think about thirst and separation, but things still in bloom. We have the Divine Feminine with the flat shell. I also think of motherhood too. We have the Trumpet, somebody who wants to ring the alarm or bring forward information. And we have the Butterfly of Transformation, because that's a part of what they want to execute to you or say to you, is about their epiphanies and the truths that they finally see. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. Please drop your comment below and subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. You can check me out on Instagram too for a chance to win a reading, and you can find personal readings available on Etsy. I do repost daily on weekdays and on Sundays, but they do sell out quickly, so be sure to keep checking back. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. Hello everybody, in pile number 3, you were drawn to the hematite, or to this beautiful blue skull here, the number 7, and this is your reading. What is the person on your mind dying to say to you right this moment today? This card particularly is all about feminine energy, so you may be asking about a feminine energy today. It also speaks to sort of embracing the feminine side of our journey, somebody who's obsessed with the feminine, but also somebody who's potentially gone out and sought advice from a feminine energy about your situation. So this is somebody who's saying, I've talked to my mom about this, or I've talked to my sister about this. They've talked about 2 feminine energies in their life regarding you and this connection and the state that you guys find yourselves in. So let's take a look here and see, what are they dying to say to you right this moment? Pile 3, what is your person dying to say to you at this moment in time? We have the High Priestess. Ooh. The Queen of Swords with the Hierophant. the Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. Back of the deck is the Emperor, and we have the Eight of Swords. You know, there's a real recognition from your person right now. They're really wanting to say to you that I know that it was a fear that stopped me from acting. I know that I wasn't strong enough to sort of, it's like they recognize now the necessity to kind of delve into their feminine side, to open up a portal of expression, or open up this portal of vulnerability. That is a feminine quality that they wish that they could have been more in touch with at the time, because they were too afraid. They thought that it was weakness. And that's the Emperor here is you can see he's not unaffected by emotion. He's all red in the cheeks, but it's like he feels like he's been taught by the collective oftentimes that showing that emotion equals weakness, and that's actually, that mindset is actually the weakness here. The actual weakness here is not acting upon our inclinations and not being vulnerable. They were just too afraid of how you would receive them. They were just too afraid to let their feelings out. And I almost feel like I could cry. Like, they're very emotional. It's like they let the floodgates open because of you. They're really emotional when it comes to you. You've had a profound influence on their life, and they want to say that too. They're saying that because of, and it's not even anything that you did. It's just the influence that you have has made them level up in their emotional state. They feel very much grateful for that. They also want to let you know that they're really grateful for you. They're really grateful for having known you. There's a deep sense of appreciation and friendship here in this spread. Get the Death. They also want to say that they were just so afraid of the unknown, even if it held more with you. It's like the possibility of being rejected by you would have killed them, would have killed me, they said. It would have just killed me to have you reject me, because I had all of my hopes in that basket. And I put you on this huge pedestal, and I was just so afraid that I wasn't good enough to hold up one side of it. We have the Knight of Pentacles. They also want to say, they want to communicate about their inability, like they had a lack of experience, I feel. They're like, I really had no experience. I was young and dumb. That's what I just heard. I was young and dumb, and I didn't have any experience to go on. I didn't have any strength to draw from. And you were just so beautiful to them. You were just so beautiful, and you carried yourself so confidently, and that just made them feel like they had so much work to do to get to your level. They really wish that they could reach out to you now. They really do. That's what they focus on the most. They really would love to be able to be generous with you and have this reunion to show you. It's like they want to be there for you. It's like they want to be someone that you can depend on or rely on, because they feel like they've given you the impression that that's not the case. This is the type of person that would have said, I'll be your friend forever, and then maybe you lost contact, you never heard from them again, and that really eats at them too, because they like, there's a deep love here, and it's not even just a romantic love, it's a deep personal love and appreciation of you. And so they are sorry if they gave you that. I feel like I could cry. They are sorry if they gave you the impression that they didn't care then, or that you weren't as important as you were. The Four of Swords. Back of this deck is the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands. They also want you to know that they still think about you often, especially if this is a no contact for a long period of time, which I feel like it's been long standing for someone watching. But they still think about you often, and they think about where they went wrong. And although there are obstacles here, and I feel like there are really some really real obstacles here, even though there are obstacles here, they feel determined to take steps forward to bring about their clarity, even if it's just healing and release. It's like they still want that healing and release from you, and so there's this intent to attempt to make change, but they understand that now is not the time, and they want to execute that as well, that their acknowledgement of now not being the time perhaps for you and your environment. But it's like they're waiting for a perfect opportunity to come forward and express something to you. They don't feel like it was an accident that the two of you crossed paths. What are they dying to say, please? And they aren't happy with the separation. If the Four of Swords is about healing and retreat and regathering, it's supposed to be very meditative. There's a lot of pain in their inability to express how they feel. But you feel so far away. We have the Soul. This really reminds me of the Queen of Wands because of the black cat. So you could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We also have very strong Taurus energy, Aquarius here. You have here the pond. And back of the deck is the spider. They are, again, saying that they spent a lot of time reflecting upon you and how you kind of intimidated them. Back in the day, you were a little bit intimidating. They also get this, they wonder if you're mad at them for some reason. They're like, are you upset with me? Are you, because that would kill them. I feel like they don't want that from you at all because they put you in such a beautiful light. They want you to feel the same way about them that they feel about you. So they feel really intimidated and they wonder if you are happy in your environment. If it's a boring environment, they're talking about boredom. They also want to know if you're getting frustrated with the weight. We have the spider energy here, and we have the wildflowers. Again, the wildflower is all about, and there's the family card. So for someone watching, there could be a family unit here, not between the two of you, but separately. There could be a family unit here that creates the barrier. And there's an acknowledgement of that too, about this desire for reunions and intensification of the romance. It's like renewals in romance here, but we can't get to it because the family unit. And it's a situation that we've entered into willingly. Like we've woven our own destiny. We've created the life that we're living right now, and I have to live that life. But they don't want to give up the hope that somewhere there will be a place for the two of you. Somewhere, sometime, there will be a moment where the two of you can clear the air. Or, in the most perfect of worlds, be able to execute change in this connection. Here, things are so unfinished here. There was so much potential between the two of us, and we could have had it all together. And now I feel really dissatisfied and thirsty for that connection. And I want to fix it, but I don't know how. The mending is in reversed. It's like, I want to fix this. I want to heal, but I don't know how. And I'm not even sure if, here's the milk and honey card. I'm not even sure if if I'm capable of complete emotional happiness until I get this closure, or I get this situation with this connection figured out. What are they trying to say? The pile 3, please. You have here torch. The torch is still burning, and that they've developed even spiritually and emotionally because of this connection. Their understanding of the spiritual realm, the spiritual realm has increased because of your influence. We have the moon, changes in your life. They also want to acknowledge the changes, the physical changes in your life, the physical changes in your position, and their physical changes in position too, because we have the crown. Honor and respect will come to you. And the crown is always a symbol of status. So they're acknowledging their status, your status, paying attention to your work. They want to tell you that they think about you often, especially when they're immersed in their work environment. We have news, good news, ear, and dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So that could describe you or this person. The ear is talking about wanting to bring forward information, wanting to hear good news, and wanting to hear from you. wanting to hear from you. What are they dying to say to pile 3, please? You already know how I feel. Even though they feel like they suppressed it and they kept it inside, they think that the connection is strong enough that you feel it mutually. I'm still chained to my past. Nothing has changed for me. There's still this addiction to you. It doesn't allow them to heal, though, or to move forward and focus on their environment. We have yin, and we have the divine masculine here with the emperor, so they think that you are the yin to their yang. It is so much easier to fantasize than make it real. And they're also acknowledging that the two of you really sent mixed signals to each other in the past of this connection, because they're claiming you gave the mixed signals. It says you're the one who cut me out. It's like you were the one who didn't make it clear about your feelings for me, which really played upon my nerves and my emotions. Now, whether that's the case or not, that's just their perspective of the situation. If I follow you, I could lose everything. And that's why it's so much easier just to fantasize. I would do anything for you. It almost came out reversed for the Ten of Cups reverse, which is a fear for my family unit collapsing. I meant what I said. So I feel like that is what, and it could be your family unit says they are waiting for you to make some sort of move. I feel like in the past they were waiting too. They were hoping that you would take the burden of expression off of their shoulders. But that didn't happen. We have, I need more time, the Four of Swords reverse. But they are getting tired of the delays, and they really wish that they could sort of return to the world, return to you in this connection. What are they dying to say to pile? That's too many, Spirit. To pile 3, please. We have here, are these feelings mutual? And are you mad at me? They think that, yeah, that came out earlier too. There's this worry about you being upset with them, which also limits them and limits their perspective. I'm curious about what you're up to. And I want to feed my curiosity. Also, it says, could you forgive me? And they think about you often, because even this card, what are you doing right now, showed itself as well. They think about you so much that they wonder what you're doing during the day. And they're definitely kicking themselves. I just saw my attraction to you is more than physical. And they wonder, do I think about you too much? And they're sad because they feel like they've lost you forever. I do feel like they've spoken to family members about you, because Spirit just brought my attention back here, and then they brought me right back to the Hierophant earlier. I feel like they've talked to a family member about you. Someone who maybe would have known you. I also have here friends with benefits. And whenever I am with them, I think about you. Back of the deck says, I have lied about my feelings for you. And I feel like they continue to sometimes lie about their feelings for you, pile 3. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. Just saw the King of Wands. What are they desperate to say? What are they dying to say to pile 3 right this moment in the bowl? 8 of Wands. That there's a pressure building, and it's a physical pressure too. It's not just communication, but there's physical desires surrounding that. It's, for someone watching, I feel like you guys live apart now, and you would have to travel to each other in some sort of way. They want to communicate with you, and they feel almost a pressure to communicate to you, but they're really afraid of the cause and effect of that, and that's why they hold back their communication. They don't want to wreak havoc in your environment. They don't necessarily want to create changes right now in theirs. And this Justice reverse is talking about a situation that doesn't seem fair. It's not fair that we're in this situation. We have Full. We have the World, Unfinished Business. We have F, GF, Girlfriend. We also have here the Starfish of Healing and Release. We have the Seven of Wands, Obstacles, but also this gecko. I think about that King of Wands, the Sagittarius energy of protection. They're still protecting this connection, even though there are obstacles. We have angels watching over us. We also have the Five of Pentacles, so deep separation that's causing a lot of sadness and a fear of my practical realm taking a hit. We have the Dragonfly, which is talking about that's what I mean. The Seven of Wands is a challenge. Five of Pentacles can be an obstacle, but it's not insurmountable. And the Dragonfly is a symbol of transformation that's possible if we're hungry enough for it. But it's also this symbol, both my lights just went out, also a symbol of changing directions and having to change directions as well. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section. Please subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell so that I can respond to you if you're chosen the winner. Also, I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage.